And we're all set for an opening, which will be almost 50 points higher on the Nifty. 25,830, 840. This is the vicinity around which we have opened up. Let's straight away look at Kotak Mahindra Bank. Kotak is down 2.5%. So some are saying that, perhaps the margin issue is still playing out. Remember, some of the other banks like ICICI did a lot better on the margin front, where the compression was not as much as what was feared. But for Kotak, they have taken that over 10, I think it's 11 basis points hit on the margin. So maybe it's just that 2% lower for the time being. Let's see if we can pull up SBI Card before we get to the rest of the Nifty. SBI Card is down 3.5% right now, 3.5%. Because remember, like Gaurav was explaining, while asset quality is improved, credit cost is improved, their revolver rate is still leaving a lot to be desired. You know, the net interest income has not risen as much as what the street would have wanted. So that's a stock that's under pressure. Anyway, the Nifty is charging ahead. So let's focus on the good. 70 points higher. SBI Life is a stock that's running away. Good numbers coming in. That's one that's reacting well. And the fairest names like Tata Steel that Nigel was just talking about, 1.5% higher. There's Tata Consumer, there's the Shriram Finance, and it's the big boy itself. Reliance charging up the bulls this morning with a gain of about 1% thereabout. Even some of the tech names like HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra, all on the upside. So overall, it's looking good for the Nifty. The only stocks in the red, actually, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Reddy's is subdued after numbers. And Infosys seeing some profit taking. Remember, it was one of the biggest gainers last week.
Sorry, Infosys goes ex-dividend by 23 rupees.
Yeah.
So that explains the fall.
That explains the fall. But other than these 3-4 names, Kotak, Infosys and Reddy's, otherwise Nifty is looking good. 80 points higher.
Well, that's right. Let's focus on a few more names. Coforge, that's the stock of the morning, flying away up 5.5%. So that's the big result reaction from the broader markets. In the next 15 minutes, you'll have the management with us on the show. Vikran Engineering, that one won an order, so that stock is up close to 3.5%. SBI Life as well. Yash told us that those numbers look better than expected. The street was in position for it as well. So that's why that stock up and about in today's trading session. Saman Capital, well, that has moved into the F&O band. That stock is up close to 100%, but it's moving on large volumes. SAIL as well should come up for your screen because you have Tata Steel that's reacting to the upgrade. You have SAIL as well that's reacting a little bit positively. And SAIL as well has gone into the, the F&O band. So that explains why that stock, in fact, is up and about. Cigniti is up close to around 6.5%. Remember, it's moving in step with Coforge. That's the new owner out there. They've been sounding quite positive on prospects as well in the integration. So 6.5% move on that particular name. All in all, a good start. Holding on to the start is going to be important. Last two trading sessions, we have come off 150 to 200 points from the high point of the day. So the bulls will like to sustain this big opening.
Well, Brigade Hotel Ventures, we were talking to the management earlier. They're talking about doubling their key count from 1,600 to 3,300 by FY30. That stock has opened out with a gain of nearly about 4%. eClerx too is reacting to a good set of numbers. Plus, there is that buyback. And eClerx has a positive start. We should pull up Latent View too. That also reacted to numbers. Numbers looked okay, but the stock, I think, is down close to about 2.5%. There is some news in Godrej Properties, so that's pushing the stock higher. NCC, more than 6,000 crore order win, 6,600 crore. NCC is gaining ground. On the way down, Bharat Rasayan has a 7% downtick. I think there is some board meet, bonus issue, etc. on Bharat Rasayan. And the other one is Zentech. Disappointing set of numbers. So Devyani points out the revenues are down 28% on a year-on-year basis. And the company says that Q2 performance was subdued because RFPs were delayed due to priority for Operation Sindoor emergency procurement. But the company goes on to say the long-term revenue visibility remains strong. But Q2 was weak with a decline of 28% in their top line. Other than that, you've got softness in some GK Energy. You've got Pace Digitech. This is also one of the recent listings. You've got SCI on the softer side. Ola Electric has given up some ground. But about 0.25% up on the Nifty and the Sensex. Not quite the roaring start that you had across the rest of Asia. But mid-cap's doing better, up half. On the
rest of Asia also has, so much of deal excitement going for it, right? Including some of those regional ASEAN markets at the end of the ASEAN summit. But nonetheless, I mean, the bulls are trying to hold their ground, 70 points higher. So it's not slipping, and that's good news. And that's what the market will hope for. Reliance is the big torchbearer, so to speak, along with big names like SBI and L&T. Some of these big boys are firm at the crease right now. So let's see. Decent start.
This Kotak Mahindra Bank, there is a JM Financial downgrade. And they say that given the 10% rally in the stock price in the last 1 month, the current standalone valuation is 2 times price to book. It's about a 10% discount to HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank, and therefore, based on the valuations, they are, downgrading the stock to a reduced target price stays at 2100.
Okay.